Check it. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. Guys, we got an absolute banger in this one, guys. We're going to be talking about earnings, what happened in after hours with SPY. We're going to be looking at the technicals and the fundamentals involved with that. We're also going to be giving you guys all the news that you need to know as a stockholder and investor. We're going to be talking about the earnings, what's happening with the Fed interest rate decision, and much, much more. Also, guys, I need to know, good or bad, positive or negative. Let me know in the comments below. What do you think about the economy? Do you think the economy is going to see an economic collapse, recession, or depression? Or do you think the Fed soft landing narrative is going to play out? I don't care what you think. It's okay. Let me know. Let your thoughts be heard down in the comments below. And guys, you don't want to miss a second of this video. Again, it is cram-packed full of information that you need to know. Let's go ahead and waste no more time and hop in the charts, the facts, and the data. Let's go. Alright guys, what is up? You are back for another video with DataZero. In this video, we're looking at AMC, GME, and SPY. This video is not financial advice and should not be taken as such. Please do your own research and due diligence before buying any stock or crypto asset. We're also going to be looking at Bitcoin in this video. We're going to be looking at Microsoft, Alphabet, and AMD as they did have earnings. We did have earnings for these stocks, and I will be looking at the other stocks when they have earnings as well. We will be keeping up on the overall market and showing you guys what is going on. Let's go ahead and hop in and show you guys the charts, the facts, and the data. We're going to start with earnings, okay? So Microsoft had earnings. You can see that Microsoft is pulling back here in after hours. I did call this earlier in the stream. I said most likely you're going to see a pullback in Microsoft, Google, and AMD, and of course I did get all three of those predictions correct, as AMD is greatly dumping to the downside, Google is greatly dumping to the downside, and Microsoft is greatly dumping to the downside. Now they are getting oversold and getting outside the band, so do expect a bounce here tomorrow. What's going to probably happen tomorrow is you're going to see a little bit of a bounce recovery, and then we're going to get hit with another earnings on Thursday, okay? So we get hit with earnings on Thursday, and then on Wednesday, tomorrow, we get hit with a Fed interest rate decision and a Fed press rate conference. Again, I told you guys there's going to be massive opportunity in this week, and this is prepared for volatility, and that is exactly what we are seeing. Again, the official play in the Discord was SQQQ, and you can see that SQQQ is pumping to the upside here in after hours, and we are in position to take advantage of this move. As you guys can see, SQQQ up 3% here in after hours and up about 2% here during the day. And again, like I said, we are in position to take advantage of this move that you're seeing right now. Now, I do expect a bit of a pullback on SQQQ during market open, basically coming back down to probably about 12.23, finding support. What I'm expecting for SPY is probably to get a bounce back to the upside, maybe all the way up to about 490, 489, around that range. But I am expecting SPY to continue to the downside. It's breaking out of a rising wedge. Basically, it needs to probably retest this wedge, so you could see a decent pop back to the upside for SPY. Do not get faked out if you do see this. But what we probably are going to see is capitulation for SPY, especially when this FOMC meeting happens. I have a feeling, okay, there's nothing giving me this for sure, so this is a speculation warning, but I have a feeling that we're going to see a little bit of bearishness and hawkishness coming out of the Fed, and we're going to start seeing a pullback. And even if we don't, we're going to get hit on Thursday, and I believe that earnings on Thursday from Apple, Amazon, and Meta are not going to be as good as people are thinking as well. The same way I had a feeling that these earnings were not going to be good and they were going to be a blowout, I do have a feeling that those earnings are not going to be that good as well and going to be a blowout due to the overall lack and decline in the economy. All of these things are going to start seeing pullbacks, and it's going to start coming back down to reality. SPY is going to start coming back down to reality, start coming back to closer with fundamentals, and stop being so detached from fundamentals. This bubble is going to get popped, and you're going to see a huge pullback in SPY. What we're start seeing now is nothing, guys. What we're seeing now is nothing. This is going to get worse. This is going to get worse. We're going to pull back inside of this rising wedge. We're going to break down out of this rising wedge, pull back inside of this rising wedge, and then we're going to break down even farther. SPY is coming down to 409, whether you believe it or not, and it's probably going much lower than that. I don't care what you think. I don't care what you know. This is just what I'm looking at based off the charts, the facts, and data. Again, this video is not financial advice. This, again, is just what I'm looking at personally based off of the charts, the facts, and the data. So I do believe SPY is going to be setting up for a big correction, basically overall. Breaking down out of this rising wedge, we did look at this double top here earlier in stream. You can see top number 1, bounce, top number 2, breaking below that critical support and resistance that I have marked in red. Once we did test that as resistance, you guys can see that we came up, retested it as resistance, and then once it was confirmed as resistance, that was it. SPY started to move down to the downside, like I said it would, in a decent fashion. What is most likely going to happen tomorrow is you're going to see a little bit of recovery back to the upside, and then we're going to see further capitulation. I'm not sure if SPY is going to be able to reach all the way back up, but I wouldn't doubt it if it did. I would not doubt it if it did, but most likely it's going to have to retest this 490.10. If it breaks above that, then you could go up to that 491. But this is going to lead to an overall pullback, okay? Regardless of what you might think based off the charts, guys, this is going to lead to an overall pullback. Again, the correction is very, very obvious. As you can see, RSI is 74 on the daily. RSI on the weekly is sitting at 72. So there's plenty of room to the downside to start moving down and have plenty of room before we get anywhere close to being oversold. So SPY has plenty of room to start moving down. And this could be the start of an overall bigger correction, especially if earnings are not good here on Thursday, and especially if the Fed comes out hawkish on tomorrow. Again, this could be setting up for something insane, guys. And again, we are positioned in SQQ to take advantage of this. If you want to get involved in that, you do have to hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter. Link down in the description of this video, and pay $50 via PayPal or Cash App to get into the exclusive community where I post the trades on my Discord. If you're not interested in that, that's fine. If you do want to show your support, all you have to do is press like and comment. If you want to support me directly, you can send a super chat or a gifted membership. Now, as you guys can see, like I was saying, AMD, NVIDIA, all of those, Google pulling back here in earnings. Google is down 6%, AMD is down 6%, and Microsoft is down a percentage point here in after hours at time of recording. Again, I am expecting a bounce because these are outside of the bands and oversold. So I'm expecting to get a bounce, which will help SPY. I'm expecting SQQQ to have some pullback because it is outside of the bands and getting overbought. But I'm expecting this trend to continue. This is a sign of strength. So basically, you're going to see a pullback and then a continuation. For SPY, the same thing. You're going to see a uptrend and then a continuation to the downside. As you guys can see, Bitcoin had a decent pump to the upside right now. Here during market hours, it is holding those higher levels at 43,500. I do believe Bitcoin is going to start continuing to the upside, going up to test about 46,000. Bitcoin is in a overall bull run, in my personal opinion, based off of the monthly MACD and the weekly MACD. Also, the way that it used its previous bull run as support. You guys can see that we had this bull run here. This orange line is the previous high. You can see that we came down and used that as support, which means we're going to be making a higher high. We also have this falling wedge, and then we also have on the monthly time frames, we go ahead and put on the super trend. You guys will see we have a buy signal on the weekly and the monthly time frames with green MACD on the weekly and monthly time frames. This is indication of a huge bullish move coming for BTC. As you guys can see, the overall altcoin market for the week is absolutely thriving. Coins up 33%, 44%, 38%. Altcoins doing absolute numbers. Crypto market is absolutely thriving, and I am heavily invested in the crypto market, and I do believe the crypto market is actually going to see a very, very bright future here in 2024 as Bitcoin starts to approach the halving. Now, as you guys can see, let's go ahead and move into the meme stocks and show you guys what's going on for the meme stocks. AMC, unfortunately, they did get 4.5 million shares available to borrow, 4.5 million shares available to borrow for AMC. And again, just to make it very, very clear for you guys, as far as what I think we're going to see here for SPY is an overall recovery and then an overall continuation to the downside throughout the rest of the week. I think we're going to see a bearish week this week, and I did predict a red week for this week, and I do think we are going to see that red week. So let's go ahead and hop into the meme stocks and show you guys what's going on for the meme stocks. Let's go ahead and check out GME short interest and show you guys what's going on for GME short interest and GME shares available to borrow. GME short interest is sitting at 22.48%. GME shares available to borrow is sitting at 400,000. That's a decent amount of shares available to borrow for GME, and they have a decent amount of shares to borrow for AMC as well. So we are going to see a little bit of bearishness in these stocks. If SPY starts to pull back and really start to pull back and tank, that would actually be bullish for AMC. I've explained it often how they use stocks like AMD, like Nvidia, like those semiconductor stocks. They use those semiconductor stocks and tech stocks, things like that, consumer cyclicals, to use those as collateral for AMC short positions. So when those stocks start to fall back, we can see a pop to the upside for the meme stocks. Also, I do want to point out that things are getting messy in the overall market as well. Here is some news for you guys. China's Evergrande financial mess isn't over. China's Evergrande was forced to liquidate by a court. So China's Evergrande is going to have to be liquidated, and it can cause contagions throughout the rest of the market. This is a huge property manager, and if you think this is going to be isolated to just China, it is absolutely not. Again, this is showing that the chickens are going to be coming home to roost, and things like meme stocks could actually pop off if we do see an overall pullback in the stock market. And what the stock market is showing us is we're going to see an overall pullback based off of the technicals and the fundamentals that we're seeing. That is what it's looking like. Now you guys can see that AMC is breaking out of a falling wedge. We have this falling wedge right here. AMC is breaking out of that falling wedge, trying to make a push to the upside. You can see that MACD is trying to curl up. If you go down to the 10-minute, you can see that we have green MACD. 15-minute, you can see that we have green, but 30-minute, we do have red, and on the hourly, we do have red. We're trying to get that curled back up so we can get momentum back to the upside. Most likely what you're going to see for AMC, since we do have those shares available to borrow, is we're going to have a retest. Again, with the shares available to borrow, we're going to see a little bit of bearishness, so we're going to probably have a retest of these lower levels. So you're going to see a move typical of what AMC does in the morning, a pullback, and then trying to consolidate back to the upside throughout the rest of the day. Now, if AMC can hold the support of $4.09, you could see a decent move to the upside for AMC. AMC's main goal right now is $4.17, getting above that and holding that level as support, and also just maintaining this floor of $4. We don't want to break below $4. We briefly broke below it right here at $3.98. Not that big of a deal. It's literally 2 cents, and it was only a wick. We didn't get any full body candle closes below that. As long as you don't see a full body candle close below that, you're good. We only had this 4-hour wick down. We have multiple levels of support there. So as long as we can maintain and hold that level of support, that's good. Most likely what you're probably going to see tomorrow is a retest of the level, the $4 level, $4 even. You're probably going to see that tomorrow, unfortunately, based off the shares available to borrow. They are going to try to drive this thing down as far as possible before the market crash does happen. Guys, I don't know if you believe it or not, and it doesn't really matter about the narrative of the market crash, but the point of the matter is, if it does happen, it will help AMC and will help AMC go to the upside. We have seen that SPY rallying has done nothing for AMC. There's some theories out in the community that SPY rallying would actually help AMC. That is actually not true. If anything, IWM rallying would help AMC, but that is it. SPY rallying, as you guys can see, does not help AMC. It helps tech stocks, okay? We don't want to see SPY really rallying. What you want to see is the liquidity getting flushed out of the market. With the excess liquidity getting flushed out of the market will cause liquidity crunches, and that causes a short squeeze. That's what a short squeeze is. It's a liquidity crunch. So you have to get the excess liquidity out of the market, and that will cause short squeezes. That's why the market pulling back, as well as those using those tech stocks as collateral, is reasons why we could see a pop to the upside if the market does start to correct. Now, if you go ahead and look at what's going for AMC, guys, basically just gave you guys the rundown of everything we're looking at. I do think AMC is going to start maintaining this bottom and start building a rounded base. This is what I talked about, guys, many times in my videos. AMC needing to build an impenetrable base that cannot be broken, and that's looking like what we're doing right now. Building an impenetrable base that cannot be broken. So we want to see if we can maintain that $4 level. Again, that is the key level of support and resistance that we're going to be looking at tomorrow. And as far as moving to the upside, we want to see if AMC is able to break above $4.17 using that as support. That could give us a decent ramp up to about $4.50. And of course, at that level, we could start getting some gamma, possibly getting us to $5, but they're going to want to try to keep us away from that level. AMC's max pain right now, so I'll go ahead and show you guys AMC's max pain. This is the level that they're going to try to close it by the end of the week. As you guys can see, AMC's max pain is sitting at $4.50, so do expect it to be around $4.50 by Friday. Let's go ahead and go into GameStop and then wrap up this video. Hopefully you found the video informative. If you did, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe. Let's go ahead and hop into GameStop and show you guys what's going on. GameStop MACD starting to curl down, looking like we're probably going to get a rejection from this level and have to pull back to about 13.89, 14.15. There's multiple gap fills to the downside for GameStop, and it's looking like it's getting rejected from this level here. So what you're most likely going to see is some downside. Okay, you're most likely going to see some downside for GME coming back down to these lower levels before moving back to the upside. I'm expecting this for GME. Why? Because GME also has that MACD again curling down, but as this sloping resistance here that it's not being able to break above right now. If it does break above the sloping resistance, we could see a decent pop to the upside to that 15.40 level. But right now, it looks like we're going to be getting rejected from everything I'm seeing as far as the technicals are concerned and as far as how many shares they do have available to short this thing. So we are going to be seeing bearish momentum for GME stock, in my personal opinion. But overall, GME, when in doubt, zoom out. So I'll show you guys what I mean by that. GME is the same story that I've been telling you guys as far as the macro. Daily MACD starting to curl up. So GME is building bullish momentum. So there is a potentiality that we do break out of this to the upside. We're also making a potential double bottom, which would be very, very bullish. Bottom number one, bottom number two, again, filling those gaps to the upside, going back towards that $18 level. But the main thing for GME, breaking out of this falling wedge here, breaking out of that falling wedge here. And again, if you missed yesterday's video, I showed you how GME is doing the same thing that Bitcoin did. Bitcoin has a falling wedge. Also, GME has this level of support here of the last bull run. So if we go ahead and look at historical contents, this was the last bull run for GME where that white line is. We came down into a bear market, went into a new bull run, and then the bear market of the last bull run, the previous bull run here, used the previous bull run before that as support. So you can see the previous high of this bull run is used as support in this bear market. The same way Bitcoin just did the same thing. So this orange level, this is the bull run. Then you go into your bear market, then you get a bull run. This bear market uses this bull run as support, as you guys can see. Then we get a bounce to the upside, which is going to lead to a higher high. GameStop, the same thing. This bull run here, so we had a bull run on GameStop going to the upside for a long time. Then we had to go down for a long time into a bear market. As you guys can see, we have a move to the upside, and then we use that previous bull run as support, possibly a higher high for GME stock, especially with this falling wedge setup. Again, this is macro. This is what you really need to focus on. That everyday movement can confuse you, get you distracted. This is what you really need to look at, and it's as clear as day. You can also see on the MACD, if you go ahead and go to the monthly time frame, it is very, very clear. You guys can see bull runs and bear markets. So you can see this bull run here. We had a green MACD. We did get a little bit of red here, but you can see that it varies. Green, but once you get towards this level, you can see it's very, very clear. Red MACD, bear market. Green MACD, bull market. Green MACD, bull market. Red MACD, bear market. Look at the MACD right now. It's about to go green. That means we're going into another bull market. And again, I've showed this with GME multiple times as well. Market cycle psychology chart. GME is leaving the anger phase, going into the depression phase. It's leaving that as well, going up, and it's actually at this point right here where it's making a higher low and about to go in a disbelief rally. If we go ahead and zoom in to GME to show you guys what I'm talking about, right here is your anger, double bottom anger. That goes down into depression, which is a lower low. Then you make a higher low, which is a another rally, which is going to take us up over $18, and that's going to be the disbelief rally for GME stock. Again, it's very, very clear what's going on. Anger right here, that drops down in depression, that comes up, and then you're going to go into your disbelief rally. Right here, same thing. If I show you guys anger, that drops down in depression. That's a higher low that goes into your disbelief rally. So GME is definitely going to be recovering back to the upside. I believe AMC will be as well. But as far as the short term is concerned, I do expect pullback for GME stock. I will be giving updates in the Discord and on this video, as you got in the other videos as well, and the live streams. I will be live streaming tomorrow. Again, we have earnings and Fed press conference. The Fed press conference, as far as this is concerned, this says it's at 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, okay? It says the actual Fed rate decision is at 3 o'clock, and it says the press conference is at 3:30. A lot of people are saying 2:30, but this says 3:30. This is normally right. Again, if it's at 2:30, I do apologize, but this is normally right, and I'm going with 3:30. I will be live tomorrow regardless, so if you want to tune into the channel to see when it is, you guys can. I'm sticking with 3:30. That's what I'm saying it is. And of course, we do have earnings and after hours on Thursday. As far as tomorrow, we don't have anything like with the big tech stocks or anything like that. So the next big hitter is going to be Thursday. Guys, if you found this video informative, go ahead and drop a like. Press subscribe for more content like this. And remember, you can check me out on Twitter and Discord for even more DataZero updates. The Discord is $50 for a lifetime invite. All you have to do is hit me up on my email, Instagram, or Twitter, link down below in the video description, and hit me up and just say, hey, I want to join the Discord. Payment is made via PayPal or a Cash App. Once payment is made, I send you the link to give you access to the Discord. It's as easy as that. I put exclusive trades in there, exclusive technical analysis, and it's an exclusive community as well. If you want to join that, go ahead and hit me up. And as always, y'all, I appreciate you. If you watch the end of this video, please leave a like and drop a comment. Let me know what you guys think. Is the market going to be crashing? Let me know what you guys truly think down below. Good or bad? Do you think the market is going to be crashing? Do you think we're setting up for a crash, or do you think the Fed soft landing narrative is going to play out? I don't care what you think. It's okay. Say whatever you want. Let me know if you think the Fed soft landing is going to play out, or do you think a market crash is almost inevitable at this point in a recession/depression? With that being said, guys, I appreciate you. As always, have fun, stay safe, make money. Peace out. All right, guys, that was the video. If you found it informative, go ahead and drop a like and press subscribe for more content like this. And I appreciate you if you watch the end of this video. Let me know in the comments below what you think about the economy. Again, is it good or bad? Is the Fed narrative soft landing going to stick? Or are we going to see an imminent recession or depression? Let me know in the comments below your thoughts. Let them be heard. And as always, y'all, I appreciate you. Peace out.